Hey everyone, this is Borvok. Gonna cover another DC book today. I think this is how you say this. I think this is Batman Prelude to the Wedding, Part 2, Nightwing versus Hush, number 1. I think that's what it is. It's Batman Prelude to the Wedding, Batman Prelude to the Wedding, Part 2, Nightwing versus Hush, number 1. Why do they? I don't get why comics do this. Why do you have to put a number 1 here? There's not going to be a number 2. Why can't it just be Batman Prelude to the Wedding Part 2, Nightwing versus Hush? That would make so much more sense. But then this wouldn't be a number 1, it would be a number 2, and then apparently they probably wouldn't sell as much. It's so silly. Anyway, we've got Nightwing, which means I'm buying it. It's got Hush, who's probably pretty cool. I actually never read Hush, don't tell anyone. I never read that Hush storyline, so all I know from him is from the Arkham games, which isn't much because I didn't do a lot of the side quests. So I think I get the general idea. He's kind of like the chameleon from Spider-Man's Rogue Gallery, except he's from the Batman Rogue Gallery. So I don't know. Correct me in the comments section, but let's get right into it. I didn't know. This is kind of a short and simple story. I didn't know what I was going to get into in the video, but I think I'm going to get into this because on this page it explains that it would get raise too many questions for Bruce Wayne to marry Catwoman. So for Bruce Wayne and Selina Kyle to get married would raise too many questions, so they're not going to do that. What they're going to do is have Batman and Catwoman get married, which I don't know. I'm starting to see how this isn't going to work out. Because what are they just going to be married, but she's going to be stuck in the basement, or if you prefer, the kitchen? For you feminists out there, are we just going to stick Catwoman in the Selina Kyle in the kitchen where she belongs, or in the Batcave? Maybe the kitchen in the Batcave to make bat snacks. But really, if Batman and Catwoman, it's easier for Batman and Catwoman to stay apart or to team up and be thought of as a duo, uh, than to keep Selina Kyle and Bruce Wayne apart. I think if you're married, you need to go out in public. You need to have a life. What is Selina Kyle gonna sleep in a different house than Bruce Wayne? Just to throw off suspicion. I don't know. This is all. I think the only way for these characters to get married that makes sense is Selina Kyle's identity as Catwoman needs to somehow be erased or forgotten. So she's just a rich person who may or may not have been a thief. Maybe, I don't know, but just a rich person who marries Bruce Wayne, and then they both have secret identities. I think that's the only way this can really work. So I don't know how DC is going to do this as I grab the comic with my elbow. So anyway, we've got someone driving the limo. They're going to go out and eat burgers at Bat Burger. Of course, the one place Batman can eat fast food is at a restaurant where everyone is dressed up as superheroes. I guess this is their bachelor party. They apparently can hop dimensions using some special car, and Superman found a special dimension that is exactly one lake in size, that has exactly one boat in that exactly one lake of that exactly one size, with exactly 3 fishing rods in the exactly one boat in the exactly one lake in this universe, which seems rather. I do not understand the mechanisms by which this universe would form. This is very convenient, I suppose. Nice bat smile there, by the way. Okay, so they're gonna go, but they're gonna go fish in this hole in the bottom of the sea, and but there's an explosion far away. Superman rushes off to catch it. He sees it with his X-ray vision, rushes off, and it was all a distraction. Hush is coming to take some names and kick some butt, and he's all out of butt or something. But he's got a belt that says "ho," so I wonder that's how he laughs. They should have called him "ho" instead of Hush. Maybe that's why they call him Hush, because he'd just walk up and he'd be like, "Oh," and everyone would be like, "Hush." I don't know. That's a bad joke. I think that's supposed to be two H's and a clamp, but that looks like "ho." Anyway, so he's got a rocket launcher. He explodes the card that has the portal in it, and no more hole in the bottom of the sea. With a fishing boat and a bump on a log and a hole in a boat and 3 fishing rods in the middle of a lake in the bottom of the sea. No more of that. They're fighting. Hush is like, you may have gotten Superman to run off to get us on our own, which is really good planning. But I'm going to tackle you into the portal, which is a bad idea. Batman knows this, and they show up in what appears to be Gotham City. But there's a guy without a face there, and he's drinking their wine. And I don't know if it's a good idea to drink somebody's wine. But Hush and Nightwing are going to resume their fight, but suddenly they're surrounded by other faceless people who are a lot less chill than this faithless guy who seems to just want to drink their wine and talk about how radically bodacious everything is. So this is apparently, instead of the lake universe with exactly 3 fishing poles, this is the universe of people without faces who somehow disappear from the real world because their soul dies from corporate evil or something. So Hush and Nightwing, and they want to eat their souls, of course. They don't want to eat their souls. These faceless people want to eat Nightwing's and Hush's souls, not the other way around. So they got to fight their way out. They got to team up. Enemy of my enemy is my temporary friend. So they're gonna fight. And these guys got some bodacious teeth. Speaking of bodacious, man is still drinking their wine. So hopefully it wasn't too expensive. Maybe for his sake, hopefully it was expensive. So, but he gives them a tip that's worth their wine. He says, "Hey, if you guys are going to have a chance of making it out of here alive and not becoming one of these guys, you've got to go to a place in this parallel universe where both of you have a lot of history, where you are the most real, the most yourself." And Nightwing's like, "Hey," I'll drag Greg's Hush up onto his shoulder and says it's Wayne Manor. And I noticed the Wayne Manor is backwards. I wonder if the whole city was backwards. Is it like a mirror course in Mario Kart? Nightwing getting them there, it was all backwards? Because his shirt is backwards. Mr. Bodacious, his shirt is backwards. But they go to Wayne Manor with a backwards gate, and Nightwing says, Hush is like, "Why did you save me?" And Nightwing is like, "I don't know, I'm Nightwing." And also, this is where both of us presence is strongest. I spent a lot of time here, and you spent a lot of time here with Bruce Wayne when you were a kid. See, look at your ghosts are there of all the time you spent. So apparently this is where they're the strongest, but Hush is not impressed. He still wants to fight. Apparently he doesn't want to team up with Nightwing anymore. Apparently that whole enemy of my enemy thing doesn't work anymore. These guys want to eat them. And Hush is like, forget that. I just want to beat the crap out of you. What's so special about you that Bruce Wayne chose you and not me? Apparently, Hush has some sort of complex like that. And Nightwing takes off his mask and he says, "I'm Dick Grayson." And Hush says, "That's pretty hilarious because I stole your face. Because I'm Hush, and I can do that. I mean, you still have your face. I didn't steal it, but definitely copyright infringement here. But because Hush was too stupid and wanted to pick fights with Nightwing, who he unknowingly stole his face, not knowing that he was Dick Grayson, he basically said, "I thought that if I stole Dick Grayson's face, then Bruce Wayne would love me too because he loves Dick Grayson and stuff." And so since he wasted time fighting Dick Grayson, the faceless people come to eat him, and he's like, "Oh no, my powers aren't strong enough here because my personality and my whole idea of myself is all based on Bruce Wayne, and I don't actually have a sense of self. Oh no," which is symbolic of me always covering my face and stealing other people's faces and stuff. So Batman is able to grab Nightwing out of the pocket dimension, which does not have a lake with exactly 3 fishing poles in a boat on it, or a bump in a log and a hole in the bottom of the sea. None of that stuff. And so Nightwing wakes up and he's chilling out with Batman, and he says, "I know Soups is your best man, but we can hang out too." And Batman's like, "Yeah, let's chill, bro." And then we got a little backup story with just some unnecessary, grotesque violence with the Riddler and the Joker and whatever playing into. I don't understand this current fascination with Joker and just the over goriness and blood and killing. I know the Joker's psychotic, but this almost seems a little over the top. But whatever. There's a little teaser at the very end for the Teen Titans. They're apparently completely changing up the roster, which they had something that was cool before. I don't know why they're putting all these characters that I don't know in it. I don't like their designs. We're gonna see how this is. You had a good roster. Why are you changing it? I don't know. So we're not gonna go over that teaser right now. But I like this. I like this book. Good art. It had Nightwing in it. That gives an automatic 10 out of 10. And a nice fight with Hush. Some stupid stuff about the wedding. Some stupid stuff about a pocket dimension. Um, Hush being an idiot, but I mean, he is a villain, so what do you expect? But still, I'd give this a recommend. I thought it was a good book. Good art, nice story, nice bodacious wine thief. He needs to be a recurring character. The bodacious, faceless wine thief who steals your wine and then gives you tips on how to survive. Maybe not such a bad guy. But let me know what you guys think. If you see this in a store, feel free to pick it up. It has my, at least, mostly a recommendation. And let me know what you think again in the comments section, either about this video, about anything I messed up, or about the book itself. And don't forget to leave a like if you liked the video, and feel free to subscribe if you're into that sort of thing. If you want my silly videos showing up in your feed, that is something I will do for you free of charge. All I ask is that you hit the subscribe button. But all goofiness aside for the moment, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks. Bye.